Well, here I am. Hi, Heidi. If you're here, you probably went night night. Ah, I'm setting my timer. Hi, everyone, whoever's here, or if you come in later and are watching on the replay, welcome in. I hope your Friday and the rest of your week is and or will be fabulous. I'm doing okay. My usual OCD self, running late. Nothing new, but I'm here. I'm here, and we've talked about it too many times. No matter what time I schedule it for, I'm going to be 10 or 15 minutes late. Sometimes I'm on time. It's like a miracle. And that's everywhere. That's not just here. That's everywhere. Yep. So, this is week 1, day 2. And then my new policy is that I'm billing out weekly. Unless someone reaches out, some people purchased on Friday. 2 people. And you say, I want you to hold my box. If you don't email me that you're going to hold, that you want me to hold your box for 2 weeks, and you can pay when I bill out in that cycle, not a week after that, please and thank you, then I will do that. I will build a box for you. But otherwise, despite shipping being high, I have to bill out after a week, because just like your margins are tight, so are mine. Yeah, it's just the way it is for all of us. So I'm Lucinda. I am in Northern California. I bill PayPal. I ship. The other P word is pirate ship. So that does help save money on shipping. And yeah, I think I covered it. I am on currently right now I'm on Tuesdays and Fridays at around 2. My thumbnail will say 2. It will be around 2. I should put that in my title somehow, but you only get so many letters, you know. And yeah, and then next week I'm going to do my first sale on Vamp. I decided to start with Vamp. And I might even do, so I'll post a community post about that. But I'm thinking on, instead of doing alternate, so I'm an out loud processor, I'm processing with you, and then you'll know where I'll be. It's the same name, Fantastic Finds, maybe with a number after it or something. I will probably do like 2 hours on Vamp, and then take those same items over to Whatnot that didn't sell. Because it's all like auction now. I'm not going to have stores, so yeah. And that way, if I have a long haul day on a Thursday and a shorter day on a Friday on YouTube, I might actually start selling things again. I don't know. The consumer report isn't good. Everything is, it's hard. Some people are still selling pretty good. I don't know how they're doing it. Most people I watch, unless they're selling like, really low prices, it's hard. It's a tough out there. Melly, if you're here watching, sweetheart, I just saw your message because I was running around cooking and OCDing and getting ready. And it sounds like something great is happening. So, yay. All right. So it's Friday. Traditionally, I would go for a long time, go slower on Fridays. I went pretty slow on Thursday, and I'm actually, that's another thing that's going to change on my channel. Then we're going to dive right in and get going. So I have spent lots of time for the last year describing in great detail items to help you know what you're looking at and what you see at other sales, or you see at the Goodwill or an estate sale, and how to try to identify if it's a repop, what era it's from, why it's from that era, what to look for, all of that. I am going to start doing a lot less of that unless I schedule a day, maybe once a month, where that's the main focus, is kind of the education. So today, I'm going to go through items pretty quick. And at the end, I'll probably hold up some items in a brief little recap. Not every single item, but some, because people bounce around on YouTube just as much as they bounce around anywhere else. So some people don't come in till the end, and they don't want to go back through and rewatch. They want to see the item right now in person. I don't like recaps. They traditionally have not really done a lot for me in terms of sales. And it's, I have upper and lower body pain, but I'm going to try it. We're going to see what happens. So I need to pull up one little thing right here real quick, and then we're going to get going. I just have to double check something. And anyone who's lurking and hanging out, want to tell me how you're doing? Want to tell me, how's the weather? How's your life? What's going on? What's going on out there, YouTube world? I just have to make sure I brought this really beautiful item. But, okay, there you go. I needed to see what I paid so that I can start it out at the right price. This is, I'm thinking 1960s, 1970s. Yeah. And it is a set of I'll just put the description in. Hello, Heidi. And the starting, oops, I did that. Sorry. I always have to remember I'm in all caps when I'm on here. Okay. Heidi, I hope everything's working out, honey. So I'll pull it over 1 second. And Lord knows my spelling, especially when I'm in a hurry with some mild traumatic brain injury that, I mostly recovered from. But when I'm in a hurry, it can be like carnelian. That should be an A, not a corn. Okay. Ew, and to think I got through a master's degree with really intensive research papers. I mean, come on. So this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Oh, Heidi, you're welcome, honey. You're very, very welcome. This is absolutely beautiful. And quite frankly, it reminds me. So I grew up starting in 6th grade in Berkeley, California. But prior to that, I moved around, when I was young, because my dad was doing his professorship intern. So we moved across the country. Closer, you guys got to come closer to me, not me closer to you. Across the country several times. But starting at 5, he got a full ride at UC Davis. And we used to go to the Vietnam peace protests in San Francisco. And then when I was a young kid, I'm showing you the inside there. When I was and I want to push this over. A young kid, I used to take the Bay Area Rapid Transit also over to Chinatown and Japantown. And this would have been a classic object that I would have found over there. This is beautiful red carnelian. It's and they carved this. So to get these interlocking circles, and I'm not going to do a lot of this, but then with the gold tone attachment, which I didn't test as gold because I didn't, and I probably should have, but I think the person would have. This was one piece because there's no way otherwise that they could have got those circles. And then they attached it. And then they put the ball with the gold spacers in the middle. Classic 1960s, 1970s. It has matching earrings. This one always confuses me. It's hot off the presses. It does not have a clasp, if I remember correctly. No, it does not have a clasp. It's light. It's really light. And that saturation of the orange colors in here. Oh, Barb. Red carnelian, yeah, is actually very common. The other person who gifted it to you, Barb gifted you the black and red beaded necklace, the hippie style, Heidi, and I gave you the rest of it. And Barb paid for half the shipping. So the other person is Barb. Although I don't see Barb in the chat that often. She sometimes emails me with requests from shorts. So maybe she's here looking. I don't know. So this is the necklace. And I could put it on a bust and all that. But I think you get the idea. Yeah, she was really sweet. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Hello. So this is just about 20 inches, especially because my wet hair is in the way. And it is like butter. It is so good. And now let me show you an earring. I mean, I can just imagine the little boxes with the little bone hooks that they would have to close and the whole deal for these. And this is all original. I mean, this is like new old stock. I don't think this was ever worn. Gigi. Look at the earrings. So you see in there, it's got all the red, orange, and the little bit of white. And sorry, I did just take a shower, so some of my thin nail polish came right off. But them's the break. So look at how pretty. This is super fancy and super lightweight. Starting at, I said 44, I think. Right? 44. Gigi, it's so pretty. And you don't, can you hear that? The way it, yeah, it's glass. It's like glass. It's carnelian, but like glass. Is it red jade? It's not red jade. Although it would make more sense that it's jade, but it was sold to me as carnelian. Now, I have seen red carnelian, but it would actually make more sense to me that it's red jade because it has a little symbol for good luck or good fortune on it, on the earrings, not on the necklace. So it would make more sense that it's carved red jade. Starting bid 45. Thank you, Heidi. So that's that piece. And it has two earrings, obviously. I didn't show them both. And when I do a recap at the end, I can't go down. Yeah, it would make sense that it's red jade. So the thing is probably jade. But then again, the person who sold this to me is very learned. However, red jade and red carnelian may test very much the same on a presidium. So what do I know? I just know that jade comes in so many colors, and quality jade, even earlier than the 1960s. See, I'm doing it. I can't help but teach. God, I'm my father's daughter. Quality jade would look like that without being dyed, and it would have that thin. So I don't know, but it's gorgeous. It's 45. It's 45. Let's show a piece from last time. Gigi, you're in rehab. Gigi, what? Why are you? What, lady? Gigi, what happened? Gigi, have you been in there for a while? Like a long, like many months, Gigi? Or was that your husband? Oh, honey. I'm so sorry. If I had something that I could give you to eat right now, I would. So this is a piece I bought because I think it's beautiful. I showed it last time. I'm showing it again. It is really cool. And it's basically something I bought to bring to all of you, but it's not something I'm going to make any money on per se. And that's okay. That's okay. And my prices are always good for 48 hours. And then they change. Since last Wednesday. But honey, Gigi, weren't you... I feel like the last time you were on my channel and hanging out and chatting that you were in rehab. I don't know. I just wish you all the best. Are you going to be able to get out of there soon? Gigi? And it's something you're going to recover from 100%? Okay. So it has this really nice, I like these push in and out and lock in clasps a lot because it's not going anywhere. And this is someone who did pottery. And then these beads, black, green, gold, like almost flecks, pink, and you can shift these beads around to stack however you want the colors to stack. In front and on the sides, spacers, and it's just a very unusual piece. And I love this. Yeah, Heidi, right? Life, I know, life is, and look how pretty. I mean, it looks a little odd. I wish it had matching earrings. It looks a little like, what? When you're just holding it up, but it's actually gorgeous. Look how pretty that instantly made my shirt. And it's about 18 inches. 18 inches long, and it's really lightweight. These are solid. These are hollow. So they thought about that when they made it. And I would say 80s. I would say 80s. Okay. There you go. And like I say, you know, you always want to come check out my sales because this piece was cheaper on Tuesday. Yeah, there you go. Let's see if anyone who's here today. I am going to be bringing, I put up a copper haul. And I got some incredible MCM pieces for good price, so I can bring it for decent price. And last week, I showed these and I sold one. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell the other. And I'm going to do a buy it now. Of 14. This is really nice with the twisted in between. It is copper. Might be copper over brass. I went through this last time. Just because it's a lighter color. You can see the hammered right there. See that? It fits me. I'm a 7.25. I would presume it's 1970s, but it does. It's been worn, and it does have, it's lighter. So a brass copper. So even though it's very artisan, it might be like India made or over there, just because it's thin and it's copper over brass. I can smell the copper, so I mean I know it's copper, and it's Gigi. No, oh Gigi, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm glad they were able to fix it. And this is 1.5 inches wide. Gigi. I've been worrying about that, I think, years ago when I was still taking care of my dad. We talked about falling. So it's 7.25, but you could make it smaller by working the metal, warming it up and working it. And you could make it a little bit bigger, but I wouldn't want to make it a lot bigger. But you could take it down to a 6.75. Yeah. Gigi, I remember talking about this. I'm so sorry that happened. So painful, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. How much longer are you going to be there, Gigi? Hopefully not very long, although I know that these hip things can take a while. Let's do another piece of copper. My mother had in her, I think she was in her late 50s, because my daughter was pretty young. Both knees replaced at once because they were both going, and she was just like, the heck with it. Let's do them both at the same time. And I was like, Mom, seriously? And she was like, seriously. She was there for almost 2 months, and then she did her PT and she hiked and camped up until the time she got Parkinson's. I was just floored. I honestly, she must have a very high pain threshold, or she just like went inward and just, zinned and prayed that out, because I'd be losing it. So I said Renoir, but I'm going to say in the style of Renoir, it's not signed, and that's unusual. Renoir would usually be signed, and a lot, because Renoir and then Matisse, who did the enameling, was so popular that many people emulated it. This one is exceptional. Now, it was sold to me as Renoir, but like I say, it's usually signed. I personally am not familiar with unsigned Renoir. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but in all the time I've been dealing with this type of jewelry, and this is one of my favorite collectibles, I've never seen unsigned Renoir. Here is the inside. It is riveted on. I mean, so the construction is really well done. It's not chintzy in any way. But there is no signature in there. Nope. So, all I can say is Renoir style. Gigi, stop doing that. No more, okay, Gigi. No more. Dang it. Oh, Gigi. So, it's small for me, and I could sit here and work this metal and make it fit on my wrist. I'm not going to do that because it would take too long. So based on that, and me being ladies 7.25, which 7 is the beginning of a medium, so I'm just over medium, I would like to say 6.5. It's a smaller wrist, which fits in with the 1950s MCM whole deal. And again, probably about 1.5 inches wide. And if you ever make these bigger or smaller, warm them up. Warm them up in your hands and slowly but surely bend it. And then once you've got it to the point where it fits you, try not to squeeze and unsqueeze it. Leave it alone. Beautiful. Beautiful piece. $58 start. Heidi, how is your grandmama? I remember. This, I brought this piece. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna re-show it. I'm debating this one piece I was about to show. I'm debating if I should just take it and list it. Not sure. Okay. So how's everyone doing? I have this clamper. I've had this clamper possibly since I was doing eBay a year or two after it started. I think so. And it is going to be, whoops, I don't know what the, buy it now. Of 13, and it's just a loop clamper. 60s, I'm not sure, but I love it. If it fit me correctly, it might be earlier, especially the way it's made, but I'm just gonna say that. So it's kind of like, a figure 8. It's just open, silver tone. Never tested it for sterling. I mean, that's hilarious. It doesn't say anything about 925 anywhere. It doesn't have a maker. If it's sterling silver, kudos to you. This is something I've had so long. It was before I tested it, because I either bought knowing that it was sterling, or I just found it somewhere and didn't pay attention. So I think it's just silver tone. But look at the construction of the clamper. Just that has nothing to do with the sterling silver part. Just the age and the solder work kind of makes you wonder. But there's no markings, and there would have been by the 60s. But it's different. This is just thicker and different. That's really all I'm trying to say. So let's see. No maker. It does fit me. Ooh, well, that's a problem. It fits me 7.25. See how it looks so much like silver, but I can't. It just can't be. I'm not buying it. and there's room to spare, it actually will move a little bit. So it would go down to a 6, it would go down to a 7 for sure. 6.75, yeah, it would, but it would fall down to here. So, I don't know about that. But now that I know it fits me right there, if no one wants this for $13, I think I'll keep it. So I'll put it over here. How are the fires in Florida? I didn't even know we were having fires in Florida. I'm in California. It's dangerous for me. It's mucho peligro for me to keep that myself. There's fires everywhere, but I didn't know there were fires in Florida, Heidi. When did that start? We have flooding. We have like 100-year, once in 100 something year El Nino that's going to happen. I don't know. Oh, thank God, Heidi. I was like, yeah. I haven't seen a lot of smoke here, so that's a positive. We've got a couple more months, so let's hope, right? Let's hope. Oh, no one, this has to go. I don't know how it got back over here. No one is going to buy that. I've tried. Oh, sorry. I just got a eyelash. Sorry. My eyelashes were so thick and went all the way up here. I'm not kidding. When I was young. But they're still pretty long, even though they're thin. And if they fall, they fall. So Heidi, will you keep a look for me? How many likes I get? Because if I get 20 likes, then I will do a giveaway. I hope that all the lurkers are doing well. It is, I guess, the end of the first week of kids going back to school for so many people across the country. Crazy. Starting bid. I'm pretty sure before I say this, because my memory is that this is lucite, but before I get in there and say that, it is. Okay. Lucite, maybe. I think this was homemade during the during World War II. But or else later, but I don't know how they would have used lucite, so I don't know. Yeah. Thank you, Heidi. Well, it depends on when the kids got out too. And here in America, we used to have 3.5 months off, and then we got 3 months, and then we got and now the kids get 2.5 months. I don't personally think it's long enough for kids to unwind, but our school system, not through the teacher's fault, but because of all kinds of other things, is so crappy that we're making our kids go to school more, thinking that will make them learn. I think it's a lot bigger problem than that, but hey. So this is the bangle. This is really cool. Let's put this down for a second. This is red and blue stars, gold flecks in a clear coat. And see, my computer always lags with the light. There's not much I can do about it. And it goes along like this. And then the reason why I wonder See how it dips down? And it's thin in the back. Now that could have been, and there's no stars. No stars, just a gold flecks. That could have been intentional. But it makes me wonder if it was homemade. And some of these, let's see, some of the red and blue stars, you can tell that they're just right on the outside of the clear coat, and then some are down inside. So I don't know. I've never heard of anyone having a, and see the green? There's the uranium. I've never heard of anyone having a lucite bangle kit where you could make them at parties. You certainly could have a home business where you were doing that, and therefore it's a repop. I don't know. But whenever I see a piece like this, my first thought, especially because of the stars and the gold, my first thought goes to the war. And right after the war, when people were creating their own jewelry. Look at that, even through the flashlight. Yeah, this is an older piece of the lucite. So, there you go. And it fits on me, no problem, which these days with, all my not being able to move enough, etc., that's fantastic. I've had to get rid of a lot of my plastic bangles. So this is easily a 7.5 that goes over a square hand. Yay! Or if you have a skinny hand, it could 7.25. It could go up to a 7.5. Would be a little tighter then. I wouldn't want to take it down to beyond a 7.25. Because see how much it already hangs down. Now, I like that because I want my stuff to move. But you wouldn't want this to go all the way down here, right? So, just saying. 50s? Yeah, maybe early war. I don't know. Really cool. $17 start. And like I say, I just... sorry, it wasn't on. I don't know. It just... So it could just be stars like, hey, let's have a good time. We're doing stars and nothing to do with the war. But I have learned when I see red, white, and blue combinations, stars, that often it's the bicentennial or it was during the war, and it's patriotic. So it's just something I'm throwing in there. Okay, so if anyone, wants to see something, I did the short with the copper. First, I put up my cat because it was 3 a.m. and I fell asleep before I remembered to upload it. And at 3 a.m, I woke up and I was like, oh no. And I was so careful. I was looking at it, but in the dark, and I swore I checked the copper, but apparently I did not. So that was hilarious. So if someone sees a particular item and they're here for that particular item because they're interested in purchasing it, like the Bell's Trading Post or the Bergamot, belt buckle, or the Renoir style, or the genuine copper bracelet, tell me. I have it over here and I will bring it up for you. Okay. The saddle's so cool. Unfortunately, I bought it in a lot and they threw it all in just a Ziploc bag in a bubble mailer. So the little tiny foot stirrups broke off and I just threw it out. It would not be worth anyone's time to try to solder it back on, but I can file with a metal file those rough edges on the bottom and sell it to, a buy it now of $10 if you're a hearse. If you're a horse person, it would be a great one. Or if you know someone that is, hi, Judy, how are you? Welcome in. It would be a perfect gift. And it doesn't, no one will know that the stirrups were on there, period. You know, I mean, how would you know? Unless you saw it whole somewhere else, it was made in the 50s. There's no way you're going to know. Do I have the bracelet? What bracelet, sweetheart? Judy, you have to be more specific. Judy, you want to see the saddle or you want to see the bracelet? Because I just showed 2 other copper cuffs and there was 2 bracelets in there. And are we talking about the copper drop? Give me a description. Copper from the drop? Okay. Hi, Becky. How's it going? Let me put this over here. And the feather brooch with the lucite acrylic, incredible. Yes. Okay, so this is going to be, thank you for asking, Judy. I so appreciate that. That helps me because then I know that's okay. I know what you meant. I do that all the time. Then I know what people are interested in. Okay. And I will show it. And whoa. How are you today, Judy? And all I can say, again, just like another one I showed, it's in the Renoir style. But it does not have the name Renoir. And again, I will say, I have collected and worn and this for several decades. And I have had books, the whole thing, gone to the library back in the day when you had to go to the library. And all I can say, and that could be upside down. It kind of depends how you want to wear it. All I can say is it's got all the hallmarks. But that doesn't mean it is, because there was a lot of copycats. So I see a music note. But I think you could do it either way. I'll show you the back. Yes. So, but don't you want to see the bracelet first, Judy? I mean, I have to run one thing at a time, and you said bracelet. So I have to do one thing at a time, honey. So hold on. I can't. So you got to wait. Now I'm on this. So obviously this is from the 50s. So there's always going to be, the slight scratching to the copper. It's highly unusual that there's no wear to copper. Copper is a softer metal. Here is the box clasp. It is a panel. So every piece articulates, which is something I love because that gives it movement on your wrist. Here is the back. Really typical of how they did it, how they made these, both Renoir and people who imitated Renoir. And it's interesting to me how they did a thinner and then thicker, thinner and then thicker with those holders. And let's see what size it is. Well, it fits on me. It fits on me. And that is a blessing. Just like the cuff, these are usually just a tad too small. This fits on me with some room. So 7.25 down to a 7. And it's about 1.5 inches long on the panels. This is a nice piece, and I love that it will hang. Oh, that's okay, Judy. Oh no, I showed some. I always have. I don't. Today I dropped the copper short, so I brought some pieces I brought yesterday back up, and you asked if I had a bracelet, so I just brought the bracelet. So I was confused. It's okay. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. So that started at 43, and look up this style of bracelet, but look for your average price, and then think about that. I have my own overhead. I don't have eBay calculating all that stuff. Okay, you want to see, what is this bag? Oh, I like to keep everything in bags. I'm like, why is that bag over there by itself? Okay. Yes, the saddle. I love the saddle. So, and I'm actually, it's going to be a buy it now, and it's going to be a buy it now. I'm sorry, at 15, because I have to file the rough edges out. And if you can do that yourself, if your husband has a tool, like a metal, it's just a metal, I don't know what they're called, but guys have them in their workshop. And then it's almost like sandpaper, but it's on a metal file, because it's for filing metal when you create stuff in the workshop. If your husband has something like that and he can do it so that you don't get poked, then it would go, if you wanted it, it would be 13. Okay. Buy it now, and it is MCM. It just depends. If I have to do that little bit of work, it's an extra $2, and that's fine. And if you can do it, then it's 13. Buy it now. It's also, of course, open to anyone to buy it now. Judy asked, so there you go. It is a rollover. So that's a dead giveaway. It looks as though it wants to have, I'll show you the front in a minute. It looks as though it wants to have a maker right there. As far as I can figure out, that's just kind of like a little bit of a circular solder to hold the pin on. It doesn't say any names, but it also is kind of rose. Okay. And I think a rose sometimes is associated with the Bell Trading Post, but they usually would put the name Bell. And Bell Trading Post is, of course, going back to Fred Harvey. So it could be older than that. Can you kind of see the rose? Yeah. All right. So let me show you the front. 10? No. Did I say 10? Heidi, it's a brooch. Judy, I'm very confused. Am I talking that poorly? Judy, and it's okay. You may not. I may be talking really fast. No. I may be talking. I talk fast, and I'm moving fast. And I know that I have hearing impaired people. I know ASL for some ASL, very small amount for people who are deaf. There's hearing impaired. So it's not you. It's not you. So there was the bracelet, which is what I thought you were asking me, and that's why I showed that. And then I talked about the saddle, and it's a brooch. I'm showing it anyway because there's other people here who may be interested. It's a really fantastic copper piece. Here's the stirrups. There's the saddle. really detailed. Paint, rhinestones. This is a really good older piece for very inexpensive. It just needs right here. I just need to file that down. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering, am I talking like crazy? Because I might be. And then also, if I am talking crazy, someone check if I'm having a stroke or something. I have actually, this is not, Judy, this is not about you, but I have actually reached out to other resellers and we have exchanged emergency contact info in case one of us is ever live and they notice something wrong with us that we don't see, because it's happened several times over the course of many years where someone who's watching a reseller notices that, oh my God, they're blacking out, they're having a stroke, something's wrong. That happened to me watching someone recently. So yeah, it's everything is okay. But it happens. Okay, no problem, Judy. No problem at all. Okay, we'll get off that roll for a minute. Of course, I never know what roll anyone really wants to be on. Now, oh my Lord. Have you, Judy? I'm so sorry. It's scary. That's scary. Hopefully the doctors know the root cause of that and are able to, I can't believe I just dropped that, and are able to help you work with it. Yeah. TIAs. My father had congestive heart failure. So every 3 weeks or so, the last year and a half of his life, I was calling an ambulance. And, and my mom got Parkinson's for 6 months. She was going in severe pain by ambulance during COVID about once a week, sometimes twice a week. So I did say $10, Lucinda. Heidi, thank you. See, because that's horrible. Judy, see, thank God I have a moderator. Judy, I said $10 because I get talking really fast and oh my God, Judy, so it's $10. Thank you, Heidi. That's Judy. I am so sorry. So why won't it go? There you go. Judy, the saddle is $10. If you want me to file it, it's $11. Are you interested? I'm so sorry, Judy. Oh, okay. So yes, right. Okay. Well, yes, but then I thought about it and I thought, well, I have to spend, 5 minutes or up to 10 minutes making it so it doesn't poke anyone, which actually it needs to go over here so I can do that. Oh my gosh. So and then Judy's, you thought it was a saddle bracelet. Now that would be cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, I could see why you would like that. That would be great. Yeah. You know what my father called that? Topic shift. So I'm someone who is an out loud processor, whereas other people are quiet and think inward. And when I'm sitting with you face to face, I can be very quiet and listen. and then I give my thoughts and talk, and then I listen to you back and forth like you should in good communication. But when I'm doing live sales like this, I'm processing, and I often something will come out of my mouth, and sometimes I think, why did I say that? Like last week I said something about and other resellers something. And after I said that, about 10 minutes later, I thought, what did I just say? Did I say something rude about my friends who are other resellers? Because that is not what I meant. I was just processing something about me and my sales, but out of my mouth came this statement, and I was like, oh, okay, we've got that straightened out. Sorry. Okay, this is a choice. I am so sorry. And I recently heard someone say these were kind of like modern lingerie pins. I'm not really buying that, but maybe. I've always just thought they were anywhere from 1960s to 1980 brooches. Yeah, Heidi, I talk to myself because I have mild TBI. I have, some OCD, very mild, thank God. I think it's because of the TBI, traumatic brain injury. And it's how I remember things. I swear, geez, I can't get into it. People think I'm a nut. Buy it now. And I mean, I guess I kind of am. I guess I kind of am a nut. I mean, and I'm okay with owning that. This is a really pretty faux pearl. This is a butterfly. This is a flower. This looks very Hawaiian, or maybe an orchid. And that is not a butterfly. I think this is a bee. The bee is missing some black on its buttocks, though. Right there, you see that? But the orchid and the butterfly are in great shape. And then it's just safety pin brooch. I don't think it has a maker, but I didn't look very hard. But I think these are great. These are really fun. And, you could hang these on a necklace if you want. People did talk about them being lingerie pins, but I remember them being something that you hooked onto your jacket. So that's one choice. Well, thank God, Judy. Oh, Heidi, you had a very bad concussion? 18. Yeah. See, I had a concussion from being rear-ended, and my car going all the way through, in the city, what is essentially a quarter block intersection. It was a red light, and I'm so grateful the traffic did not move in the other direction. I was right at the front, and a car going about 35, a van, 35 miles an hour, slammed into me. I was stopped at the red light. I watched myself above my car. I flew out and was up there somewhere watching me go with my neck. And I mean, my treatment was post-concussion syndrome, almost 3 years, and just waiting for it to go away and waiting for synapses to reconnect. It took 6 years in entirety for things to reconnect, and most of it reconnected. But there's certain things, like I never had OCD before this. And there's certain things with numbers and other things. So this is really cool. Huge faux pearls and the rondettes. And it's just another safety pin brooch. There's no wear or tear to these pearls. I just want to say they're faux pearls. They are the painted on nacre or nacre, Nacre, is very well done. And they're super light, so I almost feel they're hollow, either beads or glass pearls. In there, both like 2 inches. Heidi, I'm so sorry you had that. So there's your choice. $10, buy it now. It happened to me just about a year after I got my master's in social work. And the job market had been a little depressed. And it was just jumping off, and I was getting all these calls for interviews. And then that happened. And I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get off the couch. I couldn't form sentences. I couldn't. So I was 50. So all that went right out the window. That was fun. That was real fun. At least I have that knowledge, but holy crap. Not happy about it. But, it's 15 years ago. What am I going to do about it? Not much. Not much. Okay, this is going to be, you can't be 50 and just have learned all that stuff and stuffed it into your brain and then have all the files dumped and then 6 years later try to insert it back, start your career over again at 56 and then, do enough hours and study and take the test. Yeah, that was, I could say some choice words, but, not gonna. Not gonna. Okay. I'm doing a couple rings. As y'all know, I bounce around. I love this one. And this one is, oh, good Lord. Here we go. I won my medical dispute. I couldn't afford my medical. I canceled it a year and a half ago, but they kept on charging me for a supplemental plan. And I called 6 different times and spoke with 6 different people, including the initial time when I canceled it all. This one's a Leah Sophia. And they just never stopped the plan. And they never refunded me my money. And it was just, so I just got a notice because I called the 6th time and I refused to let them hang up on me or transfer me or anything else. And I won, and I'm getting all that money back. It's not a lot of money, but that's not the point. Oh, hi, Sandra. Hello. Oh, my Lord. You had a bad concussion as a child and lost your sight for days? Yeah, because your eyes are wonked out and you can't handle anything. They don't see right. Mom, being a nurse, put me straight on her electric blanket, and the doctor that attended said she did the right thing. Oh, thank God. Yeah. Wow. Sandra, see? Yep. And as a child, your brain was still growing, so hopefully all your stuff was still making connections, so it wasn't, as bad. I'm hoping. Oh, thank you for the nice story. Thank you for the positive story. I love this Leah Sophia pave ring. I have no idea if this is, I'll put it on a band, the ring sizer. Those are glass or rhinestone chips. They're not a semi-precious stone. Is the middle clear ones CZs, and then that solid silver tone. Reminds me of the ocean. Maybe. I think it's gorgeous. It's a very high dome, so it's like what very fancy ring. How's it going over there, Sandra? And it is, I'm going to call it a 7.5, even though it goes down a little past that. I'm going to call it, and it was a little loose on this finger, but I'm going to call it a 7.5 to be safe. Look how high the dome is. It's a beautiful pave ring. See the sparkle? That is not acrylic. So that's one choice. Wow. You lost your sight for days. Yeah. There's something about a brain injury. I didn't lose my sight, but I could not see correctly. And I couldn't look at things for very long, or I got like raging headache. It's post-concussion syndrome. I mean, our military knows what I'm talking about. Concussion. It's not uncommon. Thank God your mom was a nurse, and thank God we know more about it. So the way this falls, the middle is going to be 7.5 again. It's a high dome, and it is likely all tiny CZ chips. So they're very similar, yet completely different. Yes. Cold and rainy. Oh, we're going to get that in California in spades. And this was made in, there we go. What? Sometimes I try to read things and it's upside down and it's like, what am I looking at? It says JCM and it says JCM and then something else with a 9 at the end. I don't know. What? Heidi? So those are your two choices. This one and this one. This one's my favorite. Just because this is like party time. Cocktail ring. You stopped breathing after your fall? Heidi. Knock it off. Oh my gosh. Yep. I think all of that stuff contributes to having things like fibromyalgia now, etc. This is a moonstone ring, and the starting bid is going to be $26. Yeah, and they didn't understand concussions. I mean, look at with football players. Even when they kind of understood, they're just like, walk it off, and they didn't make them do anything except go back and play the game. Man up, tough it out, Exactly. Yep, many medical traumas and other traumas. Exactly. But they really did not understand concussions. They do now. Thank God. So when you fell and stopped breathing and your mom never even took you to the hospital, it was because, well, she just had a fall and now she's breathing again. So, what's the big deal? Well, there was a lot of big deal. This is a very nice moonstone glow, sterling silver. Little ring. It's probably been around for a while. It is out of my not costume jewelry. It does. have the 925 mark in there somewhere. Either that or I tested it or both. Yeah, it's right there, 925. Let's see what size it is. Oh, and it was loose on here. Wowzer. It says size 9. It says size 9. I'm going to put it back on this finger. It's so unusual. So, yeah, it's really loose on here. Yeah, it almost goes down. Size 9. That's really great. Size 9, 26. And right now, the sale, I just did a price drop starting bid, or buy it now, let's be honest, 23. Size 9. It's hard to find. And it really is. My computer, see how it was dark and then it lit back up? It does have a lot of moonstone glow, and you can see the matrix in there. It's very nice. Yeah. Yep. It's a nice ring. I wish it would stay here without falling off. I would wear it for the rest of the sale, but I'm afraid it would fall off. Okay, I'm going to move away from rings. I don't see any interest. Again, if you have any interest in something I have really good, incredible rings. If you have any interest, well, I'll show a couple more later. But if you have any interest, let me know. If you're interested in bangles, it is sterling silver, Heidi. Yes, ma'am. It is a 925. Yes, ma'am. I've shown this and I keep saying it's the last time, but yesterday I had to go get blood drawn. And I was doing my annual, I was doing a fasting. Medical talk keeps coming up, sorry. And I couldn't have coffee until like almost 11:15. And by the time I ate, a breakfast muffin and was drinking coffee when I got home, I had a headache. I was exhausted and I went back to sleep. But I did get another jewelry lot together for eBay. Took all the photos, did a video, weighed it, all that good stuff. I'm uploading it after this sale. And I forgot to put this in there. Oh, Heidi. No worries, honey. Hubby just left. Oh, bye, hubby. Bye, Gigi's hubby. Gigi, you didn't tell me how long you were going to be. Oh, it was a moonstone ring, sweetheart. Gigi, you didn't tell me how long you were going to be in there. I price dropped this to 23. It's a size 9 sterling silver moonstone ring. It does have a lot of shine in the middle. Yep. Okay. Good. And it's a size 9. So it's so unusual. But Gigi, don't you have little fingers? If I remember correctly, I think Gigi has little fingers. So this is a piece I've shown several times. It was supposed to go in the eBay lot, but it was over here where you can't see and didn't make it in. So it's going to go in the box to do lots because I'm slowly making them up as, whatever in my process. So it is going to be a buy it now at a ridiculous price. Vintage necklace. Size 9, Gigi. I'm sorry, honey. Size 9. And so maybe I have it wrong and you are a bigger size, but I kind of have it in my head that, thank you, Heidi, that you were a littler size than me. I wish I was still a littler size, but I'm not. I'm a big girl now. I'm a Rubenesque girl now. I love this piece. It's abalone and mother of pearl. That is supposed to be like, very stylized, tribal, 2/3 full moon with maybe the eclipse, right? It is on wood. This is like ridiculous cheap. It is on wood. It's stacked way high up. And the fact that that's like a yellowed mother of pearl piece means that's probably from more like the Baltic area. That's what I've learned. And now I could be wrong because I'm not an expert, but I love this disc. And then it's on this gold woven braided, small but not tiny seed bead. And it has a mother of pearl toggle closure necklace. What did I say? $12. Oh, Gigi. Yes, honey. I'm sorry. $12. I'm telling you that, I was trying to sell this for more like what it's worth at 25 and 30 for a long time, even almost up to 40, because the piece at the bottom is incredibly beautiful. So I'll get back there, Gigi. I promise. So the gold beaded chain part is like 15 inches. And then the pendant, well, actually that's 16. That's 16. And then this comes down another almost 2 inches to make it a total of close to 19, 18 to 19 inches. And it's just, yeah, summer or winter. And because this is gold, it's gorgeous. $13 is, no, $12. This will never, ever, ever come back. This is going in my eBay jar now. But this is, it's spectacular. This is wood. It's not heavy. And you see the sparkle off the gold. Yeah, it's spectacular. I don't understand. I don't know. I have a I curate eclectically, but I don't know why people don't. I've had this piece way too long, and I don't understand why people don't want it. So this is gonna be going in jars, and my jar box is over there. Okay, Gigi wants to see the ring again. Sorry, Gigi. Yes. Oh, do you, Heidi? And is it yellow like that? Because I've only learned this in the last maybe 5 months that the United States versus Asian, Australian oyster abalone is actually different color, which makes sense because the ocean is a little different, the species are a little different, but so yellow is not an American. Yeah, me too. And now plastic. Sorry about that, lady. Okay, Gigi, there we go again. So here's the ring. And again, I'm sorry about my nails. They were perfect before I took a speed shower. And now they look like I've been out all night. So just ignore them. It sits up nice and high. I actually, see the blue? There is quite a bit of it. It's just Moonstone either catches right away on camera or it doesn't. And I think in looking at this on camera, I would take a damp Q-tip or maybe very tiny wrung out amount of hydrogen peroxide or alcohol, rubbing alcohol, not like tequila, and go along the sides. I think there's a tiniest bit of inlaid dust in there. And then it's just a basic band, Gigi. There's the back. See, on the back, that's tarnish. And I'll clean it. You know what? I will clean it. How's that? Because I think when I look in there, I see tarnish, but this was worn. I think I see dirt, so I will clean it. So there you go. And there's the 925 is it's back here somewhere, but it is in there, and it's size 9. Thank you, Heidi. So there you go, Gigi. That's what it is. That's what it is, Gigi. And it was, I dropped it to 23. 23 size 9, Gigi. 23 size 9. Now that's the third time I showed it. Bless your heart. Okay, let's do a very inexpensive item. Let me know, Gigi, if you're interested. 23. And I hope you got your food, Gigi. These are not signed. I'm assuming that these are probably 80s. I love that they are. Let me get over here. I love that they are kind of a squared off oval. Each one, they're just gold tone, moves individually. So if you know me, you know I love movement. And the way they're stacked on here allows for that movement. They could use a tiny bit of polish from my fingerprints. They are vintage. So 1980s is, God, anywhere, depending on when it was made in the 80s, 40 to 40 plus years. Youcher. Gigi, I showed the ring 3 times, sweetheart. You're not going to show it again, honey. I showed it to you. I showed it to you 3 times. Size 9, $23. Honey, maybe you're on a lag. Gigi, refresh, Gigi. Gigi, refresh, sweetie. Make sure you're in all messages. I think you're lagging. Maybe because your husband was there and you were talking and there was a blip with the internet. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to actually type that in. Gigi love. Refresh. Because I showed 3 times. So it's in there. And I'm not going to show it again. Honey, I think you're lagging. And make sure you're in all messages. Okay. So these are just costume jewelry. I love them because I love costume jewelry. So there you go. $6. Buy it now. I like to mix my high end with my low end. And look at these. These are great. They're about a little more than an inch long. And they just have great motion. And, you know, they would go with this, even though those are brass. And I wear gold and silver and gold and silver tone and all mixed up. So, you know, yep. There you go. That's what I was thinking, Gigi. That's what I was thinking. Good. Okay. So you got to see the ring. Yay. Okay. I'm going to show this ring. Excuse me, necklace. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Excellent. Buy it now. Pin. Gigi, what does that mean? Oh, so little safety pin. Gigi, are you interested in the little safety pin brooches? I can come back to that. So this is how this closes, or this is how someone decided to make. I have never seen a clasp like this. So I suspect that the jump ring got lost and they just did this. It works as a clasp. I mean, you just press it down and pull the jump ring out. It's about 15 inches long. It is not sterling silver. It is silver tone. This cross with the blue, midnight blue or ocean blue rhinestones, and then the cut metal is beautiful. And it is a buy it now at $16. And I just think it's stunning. It does have, so one thing I read about this, here is this kind of see-through stone, and here's the back. And I did read on one person's listing that they said that inside here, and it was the exact same cross, if you looked with a magnifying glass, you could see the Lord's Prayer and read it in there. I gotta tell you, now my eyes, I need new glasses. I cannot see the Lord's Prayer in there with a magnifying glass. No, I cannot. So that could just be me, or it could be that it's disappeared. I don't know. But they said very clearly that the Lord, and there was more than one that said that you could see the Lord's Prayer in there. I don't see it. Oh, Heidi. Mountain crystal? What's a mountain crystal? Yes, okay, Gigi. I've got you. I will pick it up and show it to you. Mountain crystal? What's a mountain crystal? Heidi. Hello, visitors. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is it said that the Lord's Prayer was in there. And I tried so hard to see that with a magnifying glass, but like I said, I need new glasses, and it is like a crystal in the middle, but Yeah, so it's really pretty. It's about 15 inches long, and then the cross itself is about an inch and a half, and it's just silver tone, but I think it's very, very pretty. Oh, a clear crystal, like you have to be pure-hearted for the Lord. I get that. Heidi, that makes total sense. I totally understand that. Well, I need to be pure-hearted for myself, because if I'm pure-hearted for me, then I can present that to the rest of creation, including whatever name we want to give to the Lord, the Buddha, Mother Nature, whatever word people want to use. I think all of that starts right here with us. We have to figure that out. We need to get a path, and we need to figure that out, and we need to do that. And then we can approach everything with innocence of a child, with compassion, with all that stuff that is not here anymore, that is tearing our world apart. Okay, now GG. GG. There you go. Yeah. Yes. Yep. 100%. Blue is a color of purity. Yep. So, Gigi, you liked this little brooch. Gigi, with the bee, the butterfly, and the orchid. The bee has lost some black paint right there, though, Gigi. Yes. And I always say this, and I really mean it. I don't care. Okay. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care if you have no religion. I just care that you are a good person. And whatever path you're on, don't push it at other people. Let it attract other people if that's the right path for them. And let's all just be good people, for crying out loud. It's not that hard. Gigi, do you remember how much it cost? I think it was wasn't very much. Where'd it go? I'm looking. Woshabo. Sorry. It's back up here, Gigi. $10, Gigi. Yes. Gigi, $10. You want to put 10 in the chat? Here's the back. It's a really nice pen. It may have a you can tell by the puddling, it's older, the back metal. But you know your jewelry, Gigi. I know you know. So do you want to put 10 in the chat for this, Gigi? Yes. That's right. Okay, Gigi. Gigi's in at 10. Fair. And it was a buy it now, so it's sold. Sold to my buddy Gigi. Bless you, Gigi. I think this is really pretty. I wish there was a way I could just swoosh it over to you right now, and you could wear it on your little gown while you're doing your PT. Gigi. And Gigi. Yay. Gigi. No more falling. Gigi. Thank you, Gigi. I got to put it in a bag for you. How's your husband, Gigi? Is he okay? Yeah. Well, Gigi, I'm going to be billing out this weekend and packing up everything else that already was billed out and shipping Monday, and I trust you, Gigi, to pay me so I can ship this out Monday. If you tired and loving, bless his heart, Gigi, if you're your husband can bring it to you. Oh, good. I'll send it on Monday, and your husband can bring it to you. Perfect. Perfect. Well, I didn't highlight that. Sold to Gigi. Yeah. Your husband can bring it to you. There you go. Okay. Let me have a sip of water. Okay. I'm going to show this. Yay, Gigi. I'm going to show this ring again, and then we'll move on to some few of those copper pieces and some other new stuff. I believe I have other new stuff. This is a starting bid of 68. This is I don't know exactly how to spell this. I'm sorry. Hello, live in the USA. Babes. Done connect host. I'm not sure what you're saying. And welcome, but this is a live sale. I'm not sure what you're saying to me, and I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. If it gets weird, I'll have to time you out. Can you explain yourself? Hello? Because I don't understand what you're saying at all. So this starts at 68. And I cannot it's Praisolite, okay? It's really pretty. It's wispy. It's on black with almost like smoky, cloudy wisps of gray and brown in this tear shape. It's absolutely gorgeous. I feel as though it doesn't show the depth of that coloring as well as I would like, but it's super pretty and it stands up very high. Of course, it's sterling silver. I didn't say that, but it is Praisolite, and it's a large size. It is very loose here. Now, what does done connect host mean, babe? What does that mean? I mean, that's not a hello, or I don't understand what you mean. So it is sitting right below a 9.5, but not at 9 3/4. So I would go with 9.5. I would go with 9.5 on this. Yes, Heidi. This is a beautiful, beautiful ring. This is one of those ones that I could put in my collection. See that? But I don't need to at all. I'm downsizing. I'm downsizing everything I own. So and that is, I'll give you an exact measurement. It's an inch long and 3/4 of an inch wide at its widest. And it's just absolutely stunning. The way it's just, it's one of those ones that you stare at it, like you would do a mineral tower or a kaleidoscope or any of that type of thing where you just would look at it and keep seeing more and more different patterns. And I love you can wear it down like that. And all my wrinkles, I didn't put lotion on. Or going up your finger, depending. I like it down. Let's see. I'm going to put lotion on my hand. Good Lord. I have very, very dry water up here. I get water free from a spring and pump it up. I have 13,000 gallons that lasts, 2 people, including dishes, showers, all of that for about a year. But it's hard minerals. So, yeah. No, Heidi, I don't need more rings. I need money. I need to sell stuff. So I guess that this other person, I don't know. Maybe they're just hanging out. I don't know who they are. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let's see. How about this? This is spectacular. And and I'm sorry. And then I'm going to do some more copper from my copper. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm so used to just reaching over in my bag and doing whatever that, Oh boy. Starting bid of, yes. Yeah. My daughter has terrible eczema. Asthma. Yep. Dandruff. My husband, the whole family does, but they don't have fibro. She does, but it's a whole thing. I forgot. Birds. Fetish. That's it. Looking for the words. He, she, bead, necklace. Now I don't know the age of this. Yeah. I don't know the age of this. Generally speaking, and especially with this hook up here, the shepherd's hook. Yeah. Something like this would be in the 70s or 60s. These were so common when I was growing up as a little hippie running around. I mean, they were everywhere. And these little tiny Heshy beads, very much look to me, but I can't be sure, like tiger's eye. It could be something else. Heshy or Hishi, when they're super teeny tiny, Native American made. But some of it looks like tiger's eye. They're so tiny. But you see the golden. Yeah, not sure. Fetish? Oh, Gigi. Yeah. Maybe tiger's eye. Gigi, I have a bracelet I could show you that you would probably love if you like tiger's eye. I love it. Because so for Native Americans, a fetish, it doesn't mean like an addiction or something you're obsessed with. It was more of a spirit animal. Fetish. Fetish has many meanings. And I think we kind of, and here's the little birds, mother of pearl, and the pink is not mother of pearl. I'm not quite sure. So let me show you. So, we do this thing in America especially, but I think now with social media everywhere, where we have gotten really lazy with language and we take the most common usage of a word and forget about all the other adjective or descriptive meanings it may have, because we just get lazy. And I think we so often go with the negative version of a word, and because we don't read everything as a sound bite. If that makes any sense. I love this pink one. These are all hand carved, all different little birds. So I'm a birder. That is why I got this. Birds on a wire. I'm a birder. That's why I got it. But it's not quite right for me. This might be coral. That would make sense that the pink is coral. Well, Gigi, so the pink is coral, and the little white birds are carved mother of pearl. Okay. I want you to see how long it is. It's going to be about 22 inches long. It's going to come down to right around here or here. It's very lightweight. And, well, when I say fetish, it's specifically like a spiritual thing to do with Native Americans, check out Buddhist or Hindu, and fetishes as spirit medicine. Yeah, look it up in the broader point. Yes. So it's $46, Gigi. And I cannot, Gigi, I can't guarantee that these are little tiger's eye Heshi beads. I don't have a Presidium because I can't, unless my sales go way up, I can't afford it. I've invested in so much inventory and I can't. But it is a stone. It is hand carved, and there's just something about it that jumped out at me as perhaps being tiger's eye. It's not, they are little tiny Heshi or Hishi beads, but I can't guarantee that. So there you go. Thank you, babe. It just, I'll show, it could be, Gigi, okay, it could be that this is actually beads carved from horn. But they're very clear in some places, and then striped. But it could be horn. It could be horn, like steer, cattle. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, and it's lovely. Okay, 49. Heidi, you see 46? I see 49 on my screen. Well, Gigi wants it. I'll let Gigi buy it for 46. But I see 49 on my screen. But Gigi, it's gorgeous. No, Gigi. Heidi said 46, and you know what? I'm okay with that. Gigi is in at 46. So at that price, someone would have to come in. No, Heidi, don't worry about it. Someone would have to come in at 48 or higher. Well, wait till you see the bracelet that I think you'll love this. Like, I love this. Fair warning. Last call, y'all. Anyone else watch Ryan Hall, y'all? 48 or higher, real quick. Or it's going to my pal Gigi for 46, and it's going to Gigi for 46. Don't worry about it. You have visitors. It's going to Gigi for 46 because Gigi's been hanging out with me for many a year and supporting me, while my father was sick and I was living there as a caretaker, and just being a fantastic friend for many years. So I'm good with it. Boom, Gigi. Boom. Yay, Gigi. It's beautiful. I'll show you the tiger's eye. Gigi. Just make sure you can afford, honey, with all the stuff you're going through. Where's Gigi's bag? Here's Gigi's bag. It needs to go in Gigi's bag. I love you too, Gigi. And honey, I know, and I say this all the time. It's been so long since we've talked on the phone, and that is 100% on me. I'm just starting to come out of grieving. I'm just starting to diversify my business. My back has been so bad, and yeah, it's on me. It's on me that we haven't talked on the phone, and I promise we will, though. Ooh, 2 more thumbs up, and we get to do a giveaway? Far out. Thank you, Gigi. Gigi, do you have Gigi, if I was to call you, is that your cell phone number? Do you have it? Yes, Gigi. My mom was 2023. Gigi, do you have the same number at the sniff where you are, the rehab? If I was able to try to call you this weekend for a few minutes? I don't know. I don't, for all I know, I have your home phone. I have no idea. So I'm going to show this because Gigi is here and Gigi likes this kind of thing. I'm going to show some copper pieces. And I hope I'm going fast, but not too fast. Oh, mom was 2019. Yeah, my mom was 2023 and my dad was the beginning of 2023 and my dad was 2025 almost. Well, no, my mom, no. My mom was the middle of 2022 because my dad, it was another 2.5 years. Yeah, same year, Gigi. June, my mom, 2022, June. And my dad, March 2025. My dad has been hanging around, causing mischief. I haven't had much interactions with his spirit or anything, and I've been wondering where the heck is he, and a good friend of his sent me an email. You either believe this or you don't, and that's okay. Saying that my dad came and whispered in his ear and, wanted me to know he loved me and was worrying about me and was hoping I was doing okay. And so his friend emailed me, and I had been seeing out of the corner of my eye stuff like after my mom died, and I was like, what the heck? My macular degeneration is getting, what is going on? And the other day I was sitting here last night, and I saw something jump, and I yelled at my cat, get down over there. And then I looked, there was nothing there, and I was like, okay, I got it. It's my dad, because they built this place, my mom and dad. And then he did some shenanigans with moving stuff around last night. Like my husband said, hey, did you move this? I'm like, no. And apparently it was moved twice, and I was upstairs in bed. So I'm like, hi, Dad. So you either believe it or you don't, and that's okay. Okay, tiger's eye bracelet. I'll put that in a minute. Starting at this is a vintage one, old new stock. It's really, really. It is not gold. It's costume jewelry. Probably 70s, but the tiger's eye on it. I talk, y'all, but that just tripped me out. I've been seeing for weeks something, on both eyes. It didn't matter, there's something just flitting by, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I really need to go to the eye doctor. And then his friend emailed me, and I was like, okay, look at this tiger's eye. The middle piece, I know I just showed it on Tuesday and the week before. The middle is black tiger's eye with brown, which nowadays they have red and black tiger's eye that they do totally separately. And look at the butteriness of this. In the colors, you can tell it's older because it's a huge dome of pieces. It's got black and browns and that incredible matrix of gold. It's just never that good anymore. Well, that's not true. It is, but it costs a pretty penny. Look at all of the colors in there. And then it's got that classic, it's on here, genuine tiger's eye, and you can see where this has been rubbing up and down on this the whole time. It's never come off. The pin is there. I mean, it's on this. And so this was obviously in a box. And then the way this is attached, here's the back, is very more like a 1950s into 1960s. So it's an old piece. And I cannot take this off, but when I measure how long it is, I'll just move this over here for now, and then I'm going to do some copper. When I measure how long it is, it is 8 inches long. So I'm pretty sure that this would fit my wrist at a 7.25, no problem. And it would fit smaller, down a size or so, and maybe even a 7.5. But at a 7.5, it would be like how this one is, really just stay right up there. And these cabochons are, look at the dome. Look how, I think they're like a little over a 1/4 inch tall. And the saturation of color in this, honestly, I'm going to be listing this. This is the last time I'm showing it. I'm going to be listing this at like 45. Noelle. God bless Noelle. You always come out of nowhere. Did I drop the price dramatically? Where did you come from? Hi, Noelle. So if anyone else is interested, they need to come in at 35 or higher, and trust me, this is a good one, or Noelle wouldn't be in. And right, Noelle. And it's worth it. The clarity and the quality of this tiger's eye, even if it's not on gold, is so. Noelle is always sneak attacking me. Last call, y'all. Seriously, this is a beautiful piece. Noelle, this is a piece that I seriously considered keeping. Yep, new old stock. Look at that, Noelle. Boom. And Noelle, the colors on this, this is a great piece. This would have been at a high-end department store, and it probably would have been, I don't know, $20 back then. Easy, maybe more. I don't know, but man alive, I like it. That's what I have to say. Man alive. Is this Noelle's bag? I think this is Noelle's bag. Noelle. Where'd your bag go? Noelle, there you go. Yeah, yep, Heidi. Exactly. It's a beautiful piece. Okay. Thank you, Noelle. Sneak attack lady. I appreciate it. Okay. So have a sip of water. And I'm going to show copper. Noelle, have you been here? Oh, the nurse just left. Oh, Gigi, so you didn't really get a chance to see it. I'm sorry, honey. Rehabs keep you bouncing around constantly, don't they? They do. Hospitals, rehabilitation places, no rest for the wicked. Yeah, Noelle has excellent taste. I'm telling you, that old story I made up about push a button and her bed slides over and you open up a thing and under her bed is like a huge jewelry vault. I swear I'm probably right. Oh my gosh. Noelle has a beautiful collection of costume and real jewelry. Beautiful. Okay, copper. Is anyone into this belt buckle? Yep, and Noelle is gobbling things up. This belt buckle by Bergamot. Look up. So here you go. Let's type this word in. Because I did the drop and I was like, that's a blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, no, it's not. This company was only in business from the 1960s to the 1970s. Period. Okay, Bergamot. This is incredible. Anyone who, still wears jeans with buckles, or you've got kids on a farm, or who live a country life, or who ride horses or whatever, and you just get the leather belts that snap because they're made to have a belt buckle insert, okay? Or you could have one handcrafted, and this would be an incredible Christmas gift. This copper, okay, how much does it weigh? Before I even list it, it's ridiculous. Hold on. Before I even put the starting bid, it is 4.5 ounces. I used to wear belt buckles like this, me and my friends, because we wore low-waisted jeans and halter tops, and we always had like either a scarf or a belt with a big buckle. And we were just hippies. We weren't doing the rodeo circuit or whatever. This is so, and it's covered in roses. If I was more slender and still showed my belly, this would not be going anywhere. No way. No way. And they sell for a decent penny. Look at the back. I showed you. Now, this is a Sharpie where at some point someone put a Sharpie on $5, yard sale, whatever, who knows, because you're cleaning out your old hippie mom stuff. What size is the ring on my left hand? This one, Gigi? This is probably just about a 9 with the horsehair jasper. This is a newer to me ring, about maybe 4 months. I'm pretty sure I got it from Tanya, my jewelry addiction, and I love it. I love it. Is this the one you meant, sweetheart? Or did you mean one of these? Yeah, I love this ring. So one of the things that I allowed myself to do was to indulge a little bit in me. After 5 years of caretaking, I indulged in me for a little bit. So here you go. This is the coolest. This right here. It's almost like an atomic swirl, and it has a little teeny tiny chip in there. I have no idea if that's a rhinestone. I think this is before CZs. If it's a, I don't know what it is, but there's two of them. It's really fascinating. And then it has a G49. And I don't know if that's like if they counted how many they made or if this was a mold model. Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. Thank you, Heidi. Well, maybe it's not. Whatever. That was correct. But then now you can see this. And that is Napoleon. And it says Napoleon Victorious. And why that went with bergamot, I don't know. But there you are. So this is the buckle, and it's a 100% intact that goes into your jeans. This is where you put the belt through and snap it shut, because back in the day, you changed out belt buckles all the time. Then it's oval, and look at the front. Like I said, it's heavy. But, the younger kids, look at these flowers. This is a rose, but this is, clearly something else. And then you've got more. I mean, this is just, you've got leaves. And so big belt buckles were like a standard part of your clothing decoration. 1970s, Lord, almost through the 90s. It was just a part of what you wore. Now, of course, that also goes back to the days of wearing scarf belts, right? Scarf clips, but belts, and the long hanging conch belts, all of that. I mean, that in and of itself was a statement piece. So this is an incredible. See how my computer went dark the minute I went away? We're waiting for it to come back to be lighter and brighter again. It's beautiful. And I do not know how this was made. There you go. It just brightened up. I do not know how it was made. I do not know if it was sand cast, wax cast, individually done, put in a mold. Not a clue. Okay. That's beyond my expertise. I'll tell you how long it is. Yes, the Sharpie will come off with rubbing alcohol, or I have a Gooby Gone. Also, old-fashioned, what you put a mask on your face, and at the hair parlor, hairspray takes it off. I don't have aerosol hairspray, thank God. But before that was outlawed, I've been thrifting and reselling for a long time. Back in the 80s, I would use hairspray to get stuff off. Yep. So it is 3 3/4 inches long. And almost 1 3/4 inches wide. Yep. Beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. Yeah. Yep. Rubbing alcohol, or there's this stuff called Gooby Gone. And Gooby Gone is probably mostly rubbing alcohol. I've never looked into that in terms of ingredients, and I should. Yep. Okay, this is going back in its bag and going down. but it's in a big bag because it's very heavy. I don't know why my dog is barking. I don't know who, what, when, why. Okay. I'm going to show this. And I'm going to show these. And like I said, at any time, like with the copper drop, someone could come in and say, hey, I saw that and, I'm interested in blah, blah, blah. Or last week you showed such and such. Is it still available? Or, I saw that short with the bangles. Are any of those still around? Or do you happen to have, like, I happen to have a ton of sterling silver chains. So a 16-inch would be 15, an 18-inch would be 17. And I have twisted, I have box chains, I have fine chains, I have every type of sterling silver chain you could want. I have them, and I'm selling them $1 less than how long they are. Yep. Oh, Heidi. Yes. Yes, it works for sure. The belt buckle, Gigi. Yes. It's not broken. You just need the belts that they're. So I used to see these even at Ross when I would go to buy my dad belts, where they make them on purpose to go like this and come around and snap. So you'd have to find that width, and they snap close onto the buckle. They used to make them like that on purpose. Or you get a leather worker and you take that size belt, and a leather worker can sew the belt shut right there. It just depends on what you're doing. Heidi, that is terrible. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, this is a starting bid. You're still wondering about the moonstone ring? Well, it's sitting there, darling. I think I dropped it to 23. So, whatever you want to do is fine. This is a starting bid. This one is not signed, but it is MCM. It is lucite. It is so cool. It is like a feather. 22. It's hard, isn't it, Gigi? We want to be on a budget and we need to watch our P's and Q's. But then every time I go into a sale, and because this is my business and I have severe spinal stenosis and fibromyalgia, and I live in the middle of nowhere, I go in sales a lot also to just check out what's happening out there with all the other resellers. Every time I'm like, I'm not buying anything. Nope, not buying anything. Ha! It never works. Okay. And Gigi, it never works. Every single freaking time I wind up buying. Now, sometimes I can get a large bag or a huge box or something, or things that I know I can cost average and resell in my business. So, but other times I can't. So someone called this a feather on my short, and I think that's a reasonable presumption. It is curved. So it could also be a leaf. I'm not sure. It's 100% MCM. The only thing about being a leaf, or if it's just this here, I don't know. I'll show you the glow in a minute. There's the back. So no, it doesn't have a swedge, right? A 1950s swedge, but it has this. And so, very early 60s, it's still totally MCM, and it's pretty big. And I love that it curves like that because that gives it movement. It's so, see how it's up, down, and then up again, and then it has the stem. Yeah. So let me tell you how long it is, and then I'll show you the glow, the lucite uranium glow. It is 3.5 inches long and an inch wide. Pretty dang cool. Then, yep, could be much worse. Being addicted to jewelry is, of all the things I could be addicted to. So there you go. See the orange lucite strip, and even see how the orange is lucite. It's actually like little hexagons. It's not one straight blob. It's little hexagons. Even that has a design, which is really interesting. It usually would just be a straight blob piece. So that's pretty fascinating. And then boom. That's how you know it's lucite. That's just a fun if you were going to a blacklight party or you want to display your jewelry under blacklight. But it's also just a way to date it. It's just a way to date it. So it did start at $22, and that's a good price for this. I've never seen this piece. That doesn't mean it's not out there, but I've never seen it. I love the design. Boom. So there you go. That's one piece. Let me put it in a bag. It's just fun. The green toxic. Well, yes, except that no. The uranium, that is the amount of uranium that is in this tiny bit of acrylic or other jewelry like this, or like the vases, is so minimal, or the cadmium and the red stuff. It's so minimal, it's not a big deal. The uranium that was toxic, that was so wrong, was that series that I saw where they used to have, like, the ladies, they painted the glow in the dark watch hands, the numbers, and they would lick the paintbrush to keep it wet and dip it into the uranium and paint and lick and paint and lick. So they were constantly ingesting small amounts that built up over the years. That's dangerous. Something like this is encased and it doesn't come off on you, and it's such a tiny amount that even if it did, it doesn't matter. It was when they're ingesting it like that over the years at the factories. That's just like wrong in every way. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, so hard to find in Belgium, Heidi? I'm assuming. So you know what I'm assuming? Heidi, I'm making an assumption. Just turn my fan off. Sorry. I'm assuming that in Belgium, there's a lot of things like, so for Heidi, I'm making a lot of assumptions. Belgium is a small country, right? A small country up there. I don't know how much manufacturing that Belgium did for the whole world, right? Rather than just maybe your own country or other countries around you, compared to the USA, Japan, China, so I'm thinking that. And then I'm thinking that even way back when, maybe your country was more like anti toxins. Although I say that, but you're right near Germany, and Germany made all the watches, and they had the uranium girls doing all that. So I kind of feel like that would have spilled into Austria and Belgium. I don't know, Heidi. And you know what? If you research that one day and come in here and tell us the reason why, I would love to know. Because I find it odd that you're not finding that type of jewelry there. So I would love it if you research the history and let me know. Because I don't know the answer, but I would like to know. I would like to know. So that's my timer. That means I'm going to stay on for another like 35 minutes. So if anyone is lurking or coming in, you can rewatch. You can ask me if I have certain things, etc. Okay. Now, Gigi, your poor hip. Good Lord. I feel like I need to send you a gift. Oh, and Heidi, are we at 20? Are we at 20 where I can do a giveaway? Gigi, honey, this is the 4th time, sweetie. Just going to show it for a minute. The moonstone ring, starting bid of 23. But I've got to show some other pieces. It does have quite a bit of blue in the middle and on the sides. It is a size 9. It is sterling silver. I need to clean that and clean in there. It's been around a while. So it's probably vintage. You can see all the matrix in there, but it does need cleaning. It is 925. And it is just a really simple moonstone ring. Size 9. Size 9. Oh my Lord, you got a fresh chocolate chip cookie. I just saw this recipe about no-bake oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And I'm like, wow, 19. One more and we could do a giveaway. One more thumbs up. So it's 23, Gigi. Size 9. And it really does have that glow. It's just when you have all these ring lights on and my internal webcam, see that? Constantly refreshes. It's a pain in the butt. $23, honey, starting bid. So if you're interested, put 23 in. And it's a decent size. I mean, it's 23 because it's small. It's not in your face. It's not, like the Prazolite I showed. That's a big ring. This is a little over a quarter inches long and a quarter inches wide, the stone. So it's just dainty. It's one of those ones that honestly, if it was a little smaller, you could wear like that. Back in my hippie days. Gigi. Oh, it was. Thank you, Heidi. But I did do thank you. I did do a price drop because no one was interested at that. So just a few things down, and it's hard to keep up with me because I'm moving fast. No, don't worry about it. I'm moving fast. So I did a price drop. Well, I dropped it to 23, Gigi. If you want to pay me 25, you can. But I dropped it to 23. 23, Gigi. It's okay. Heidi is enjoying her company, and I am moving fast. And sometimes when I'm moving fast, it's hard to keep up with me. And Heidi is my moderator, but then I'm saying price drop, and I'm putting it in, which probably, Heidi, is not fair to you because then it's confusing your brain. I should say that, and then you should type it in because that would help you with our fibromyalgia brains to remember. So I think We'll do that next week. My apologies. I am very sorry. Fair warning, last call. It's my fault, Heidi. It is my fault. No, it's my fault. You should be putting that in because then you would remember that at least a little bit better. And I'm taking that away from you. So, yeah, exactly. Yes, Heidi. Yep. I'm right there with you. Fibromyalgia brains think alike. Sold to Gigi for 23. Thank you, Gigi. Okay. So again, I appreciate it, Gigi. If anyone has anything they're particularly looking for, now would be the time. Moon ring to Gigi. Yes, 2 poor brains make 1 brain. That's why, I need a dang village. I need a village. I'm so glad you're here, Heidi. And at night in Belgium, my gosh, bless your heart. Thank you for helping me. Oh, that's Noelle's. Wait a minute. I just dropped that. Oh my Lord. Wait. This is Gigi's. I just dropped the ring into Noelle's bag. Youch. I fixed it. Okay. I'm going to do these really cool copper earrings. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very, very much. I know there's so much going on and it's Friday night, so I appreciate it. These are, I think these are sunflowers. Yeah. So, Heidi, should I? Well, I have to type in the details. But Heidi, we haven't talked about this. Because I didn't want to put too much pressure on you. But like, if you wanted me to say out loud and then you type it all in to make it even easier for your brain, we could do that. I just was trying to not put that much burden on you. So you let me know what works, and you could even think about it and send me an email. Okay? Totally up to you. I know how I feel all the time. So I just, I don't know. These are MCM. These are really cool. Okay. Well, help me remember that next week. Get in my face and say, Lucinda, I'm going to type that in. You are, Heidi. So this is the back, and not untypical at all. They have a silver tone clip-on. That's not unusual. It would not be copper. So, they wouldn't do, because some people, copper turns their skin green, and that's supposed to be good for your arthritis, but some people hate it. So, yeah. And then look at the front of these. They're probably 3/4 of an inch. Those are carved, and they're not hammered unless they hammered and then smoothed it out and clear. But I don't think maybe it's cast in one way or another. But look at that. Those are sunflowers. Look how beautiful these flowers are. These are, all those lines. And then this, you can feel them. like they're hammered, and maybe they are, and they just put coating over the back. I can't tell. They are beautiful. Angelica, oh, you're watching and driving home. Were you at work, Angelica? Angelica, were you at work? You. I will. Angelica, were you being naughty? So here they are on. They're absolutely beautiful. And MCM, they are worth every penny. The clips are still very strong. Oh, see, there you go. So, see, some people swear by copper and it really helps them. And other people are like, oh, that turns me green. So, I wear copper all the time. I think it helps. Beautiful. I've never seen sunflowers. So there you go. Okie dokie. Is there something? I will show 2 more items and then I will close. And next week, so from now on, I'm going to be on YouTube not from now, but for now. Tuesday and Friday around 2. I will always put 2, but it could be 2:15. It could be 2:05, around 2. If I could put that in the title, I would. Just, remember that. Can't help it. And Thursdays, I will be on another platform. And I'm posting on jars on eBay. So I'm busy because, the reality is I love this business and I'm going to keep at it for another, who knows, 3 years or so. But then I'm going to be retiring. So I'm diversifying. It's a slow, bad economy. And yeah, YouTube, everywhere is slow. Every single, anywhere. Sales are so down. So I just need to diversify. And I'll miss hanging out with you guys 3 times a week, but it's something that, I've got to do. And again, so Tuesdays and Fridays on YouTube, I'll do a post about, times on Vamp, but you will have to have an iOS phone and to come on Vamp. You would have to download the app to come on Whatnot. I can stream it to Facebook, but you cannot bid from Facebook. So, do what? Wear your copper gloves in winter against my R8. Yeah, to help your rheumatoid arthritis. Even in clothing, Lucinda, all the shops complain? What? Complain that you're wearing gloves? Why? What do you mean? Does it set off their metal detector? What are they complaining about? I don't understand. What? What are they complaining about? Okay. This is beautiful. It's beautifitous. Oh, Gigi, I will have to work with you on what, darling? Understanding Whatnot in Vamp? Is that what you mean, Gigi? So Gigi, look for a post. You know how like Dandy will do a post and maybe throw up pictures of items for sale. I think I'm going to start doing that also because other than jars, I don't want to pay eBay fees. But I will explain to everyone how to go into these different apps in case they want to come on and find me. I mean, there's so many other resellers also. Okay. I will. Thank you, Gigi. And thank you for that reminder of that it's a very different platform and people, don't understand it. And I need to give some pointers. Thank you. Thank you very much, Gigi. I appreciate you assisting me. So this is a starting bid of 27. And this is, old glass in L. Maybe Marana. Okay, so Heidi, wineries, liquor shops, clothing, jewelry, car sellers, hairdressers, beauticians. Oh, way less customers. Yeah. Oh, even in Belgium. Yeah. It's the world is in trouble in multiple ways. So there we are. And you know what I decided? I've been like going back and forth, and I decided to diversify and all of that. But I also decided to just enjoy hanging out and selling and not expecting to make sales. And then if I do, fantastic. And if I don't, well, there you go. Because it can't stay like this forever. If it does, and maybe it will, then we're going to go in a recession, which I believe we already are. That's my humble opinion. And we're going to go into a depression, the whole world. And I really think we're there. I think we're just being lied to. So it's best for me. Got to let my screen brighten up. It's best for me to just carry on, diversify, and see what happens. Now, I put this on black. There you go. There's my computer decided to catch up. These are glass beads. They are amber with black stripes, and they are like an oval swirl. And I doubled it, which there is no clasp on this. Their rods are put through these blown glass beads. And then the rod connects to the rod. There's a spacer in between, and it's a rod, and they crimp the rod, and you can see the rod in there, etc., right? These are beautiful, dark. Think of the vintage amber vases. And thank you, Heidi. Think of the vintage amber vases, and then throw in like a little bit of honey and this incredible, each one is different. No two are the same. Black running through here. I would say tortoiseshell, but this is not really tortoiseshell. This is something else entirely. 1960s, 1970s. I don't think 70s. I think older than that. I've had this for a long time. Thank you, Gigi. And like I said, there's no clasp. See the light coming through it? Yeah, it's really, really stunning. And I'm cost averaging sales. Cost averaging. So my profit is pretty slim. But, I just need to enjoy myself with sales. Keep diversifying and building it up. I mean, I've been at this for 3 years on YouTube, 26 years on eBay, And I started selling with my mom in the 70s. My partner had a toy shop in the 80s. So, I mean, I'm not new to this. And there's always ups and downs in the economy. So, I mean, right now it's just to enjoy myself, get to know other platforms, and just keep going. How long is it, Gigi? Okay, let me tell you. That's so pretty. I love the color. Gigi, have you seen Dandy lately? I know she's been on a couple times, but she always comes on at night. And I've stopped by and said hi a few times. But I can never stay on too long because it's at night and I'm just not a night owl. And then she's doing, keeping her store open, so to speak, doing all these drops. And so it is about 22 inches. It comes right at the top and when I'm way back here it's hard to see the colors, but if I was closer to you and there was more light you would see the colors. So it's right here. Gigi is in at 27. Gigi, this is a really nice necklace. I'm so glad you like it. I'm so glad. Anyone else would need to come in at 29 or higher. And I say this. Oh, right. Yeah, Gigi. Well, I don't think she's had a sale for a good couple weeks. So anyone would have to come in at 29 or higher. And I say this a lot, but I'm just going to keep saying it. These type of beads, they're out there, but they are going up in price, and people are starting to hoard them. So I just want you to know it's a good price. Good, Gigi. So fair warning. I love it too. Fair warning. Had it a long time. Ducky, what's going on, Ducky? Fair warning. Last call. 29 or higher. 29 or higher. And Gigi, I have seen you at some other sales like Chin, Denise, maybe Two Old Guys, something like that. Sold to Gigi. And I'm just happy. Yeah, she did. She had that big move, but she's just in the last couple months, she's had several sales. Yeah. Thank you, Gigi. It's yours. I sold that for a low price, so I'm happy that a friend got a 2-hour walk. Ducky, it's too hot. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How are you doing that up there? Whoa. I don't. No. Thank you, Gigi. Let me put that on the board. Thank you. I can't. How on God's green earth are you walking in that kind of heat? Good Lord. Okay. There you go. So this goes in Gigi's bag. I know, right? Do you need to go like first thing in the morning or right as the sun is like just set, but in your neighborhood? Yeah, animal prints never really go out of style. That is totally correct. Okay, so I promised that what I would do at the very end, and I'm going to do this very, very quickly, is just do a recap of items that I brought. And if someone, thank you, Gigi. If someone is interested, then we'll find the price. But you would have to drop in the chat, yeah, I'm interested in that. Okay, otherwise I'm just going to pull them up and say, this is what I brought this week. And then I'm going to end, and then I'll be on next week. I have to upload my second jewelry jar lot to eBay after this. Yep, recap time. So, like I said, if someone is interested, then we'll find the price. If not, then we won't. And that's okay. And more items that I've shown several times, they are going to go to other places. I inventory has to move. So here is this, what I believe could have been a homemade Star Spangled Gold Flecked lucite bracelet. It is a 7.5 in size. You can see the glow. Where did I do that? All the way from the outside to the inside. Bangle, 7.5. Yeah, jewelry is an investment. And the majority of it eventually just goes up and up. It may take a while, and sometimes there's a dip and then it goes up. And then there's a dip and then it goes up. There was this possibly glass pearls with the little rondettes. Buy it now, brooch pin. Safety. It's a safety pin. So it's like 70s, 80s. Safety pin. I brought this today. You're gonna have to be fast. This is a in the style of Renoir. I have like I said, I've never seen, but doesn't mean they don't exist. But I don't recall. It doesn't say Renoir, but it's absolutely an MCM small copper cuff. This one is really cool. Riveted construction. 1960s MCM. It's a small size, like 6.5. Which one, Gigi? You got to keep up because I'm moving fast, honey. Which one, Miss Gigi? Which one? This one I think was $65. If you're talking about this, what are you talking about, Gigi? Tell me which one you're speaking of. You might be talking about the other safety pin. Gigi, talk to me, Gigi. Wouldn't it be nice if we could actually like raise our hand and then speak to the chat instead of just, chatting in a text format? I would love to hear people's voices. Gigi, I'm going to keep going, honey. And once you get, I don't know which one you're talking about. So this one, I believe, was either $65 or $66. 6.5. Gigi. And I just love the pattern. And again, I can't believe there's no signature. 6.5. Safety pin. I knew it. Okay. So the other safety pin, let's do $8. Buy it now, Gigi. $8. And then you'd have two. You could wear them both together like that or separate. You want to put $8 in and then it's yours? Are you interested? $8? I'm sorry, Gigi. And I know you're in a rehab. Yeah. I know, Gigi. God bless your heart. Honey, I will light a white candle for you. I know you're going to recover just fine. But it's a lot. And then after we get off, I get off, I want you to promise me that you're going to get some rest. Okay? Be a good girl and read a book or put the TV on and fall asleep. Okay? I know it's hard, especially when you're not home and everything's just all weird and, it's hard to rest. And they're always, thank you, Heidi. It's just weird. Yeah. It's just weird to not be at home. And I hope your husband was able to bring in like your own pajamas or your own pillow or bathrobe or whatever, a fair. Seriously. It's really hard to be in unfamiliar places. Okay. This one, I don't remember the price. Yay! I could do a giveaway after I do a recap. This beautiful MCM feather, super detailed copper, 1960s, very beginning, with the hexagonal glowing lucite in the middle is available. It's a great curved piece. This is a really interesting piece. It's about 3.5 inches long. It's available. Excellent. So don't let me walk out of here without doing a giveaway. Hopefully people will still be here. These organza bags are so weird. This just came out because they're just cheap little throwaway bags, Yay, Gigi. You have a good husband. I brought this, and I think I brought it today at Heidi. You're still here. I'll be done pretty shortly. This fantastic piece, I think I brought it for $48. This is some really good ceramic potter. These are hollow, and it's greens, blush pink, glittery gold. That one has a little white, and black with this. It's like a forest green kind of black spacers, teeny tiny ceramic spacers with silver necklace with this really nice clasp. Probably 80s, could be earlier. It is about 19, 20 inches long. No, it's not. That's not true. It's 16. That's right. I remembered that because Lucinda, I still in the view. What does that mean? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, good Lord. Heidi. Well, showing you, saying congratulations is a good thing, right? Why will my comments? There you go. Okay, got rid of you. Got rid of you on the screen like that. So this is just really, unique, original. The vision of this is great, and it's just the perfect length. And I think it's year round, and it's not super heavy. I don't do heavy, and it's not super heavy. So again, if someone's interested, you have to say you are, and then the price will get dropped in. Otherwise, no. This was a piece Judy and I got very confused about. That's right. It's always great to get the confusion done at the very beginning of the show. copper MCM box closure. Again, no Renoir signature. Very, very strange. It screams Renoir. Panel bracelet, great articulation. Music notes, I'm not sure if they go like this or the other way around. I love that they're like this small oval. It is copper with the like Japanning or whatever that's called, where they deliberately put the black to highlight that. And it is a large one. This is so pretty. You're interested in this piece? You don't want to be the star of my sale? Well, why not? Gigi, what piece are you interested in? This bracelet or the ceramic? Describe, Gigi. You know what? It's really easy if you're like on the rehabilitation places internet. It's probably really easy to get behind. Sometimes the ceramic. Okay. I'm pretty sure that the ceramic piece was $48, Gigi. Starting bid of $48. Not inexpensive. So it was $48 starting bid. The thing about this is just that if you're like me, like I'm wearing this tribal piece right now with these orange stones, not sure, might be, I don't even know, maybe a carnelian with these brass hanging things. I like the unusual. So this ceramic, no, you did not buy this, Gigi. Nope, but it is $48. So if you didn't purchase this, darling, you bought the brooches, the Heshi flower bird fetish. It's, what did I call it? Flower. It's a bird. You bought the bird fetish. Why did I call it flower? I have no idea. You got the moonstone ring, the blown glass, old blown glass, and then the two safety pins, and the moonstone ring. Why did I call it flower? It's a bird with Hishi beads. I have no idea. Okay, so anyways, this was $48. This copper cuff, at least 1970s, if not older, thin. I think it's 8 layers. It's about an inch and a half wide. It is, it does fit me at a 7.25, but it could go a little smaller down to a 7 or a 6.5. Is a buy it now of $14. Oh, Gigi. Okay. Gigi, this is so pretty, and it's just elegant in a surprising way, if you will. I did, Heidi. I did. Gigi. I love this piece. I'm glad you love this. I'm glad you like this. I love this. It's just, whoever came up with this idea and made it, I hope they made a lot of necklaces and had like a whole hobby business going on of, creating these hollow ceramic pieces and painting them in like all those groovy 60s into like late 70s kind of colors. Thank you, Gigi. Wow. what did I say one more time? 48. Sorry. It's getting to be the end of the day for me too on a Friday. And whoops, not that. Okay, Heidi. Honestly, thank you, Gigi. Yesterday, doing that fasting blood draw where they didn't have an appointment until 10:15, and by the time my little tiny rural clinic operating on a shoestring with rural clinics being closed down everywhere, I'm grateful we even have one. But they did not actually get me back there until 10:30, so I was without any coffee, any food, anything till like after 11 o'clock. And I just, the worst headache, and yesterday discombobulated me. Gigi, I appreciate you very much. Okay. Where do we go? I said I wouldn't show all of it, but I'd show some of it. So, now this did not sell on Tuesday. You need a real cup of coffee? You're not allowed, right? Real coffee probably right now. Or you're getting that weird whatever it is, or instant, as opposed to me, I drink like Pete's coffee, or when I go out, I go through Starbucks, or I find a little place in town that has like the really serious espresso brews. My coffee is like coffee, okay? And when I was younger, I drank coffee all day long. There was always a coffee pot on, and you had coffee after your dinner, right? Yeah. Right. Oh, Gigi, that's terrible. I'm sorry. So this is a starting price of $40, which when I showed this on Tuesday, Heidi was like, stop this, and she's right. These sell for a lot more. This is not gold. The links are very reminiscent of a 1960s piece. It is beyond flapper length. These wrapped, I'm pretty sure that's glass lilac pieces. It's the Australian crystal look. Probably is Australian crystal. Yeah, they're glass. So this is Australian crystals. If you've ever seen these all interconnected, that is Australian crystal is what they call it. And there you go. It's purple glass. And these ones hang on the side. I've never seen this before. And I could not, I found 2 of these, and it took a lot of digging. And the price that I'm asking as a starting bid is an average price, somewhere in the middle of the couple of listings I found. And it goes down like this to the bottom. Has a single drop. It's beautiful. And it goes to right below your belly button. Right below your belly button. So you can double it, triple it. And it looks like real gold. And it started at 40. 50. Started at 40. It's really pretty. It's one of those pieces. Yeah, I'd consider keeping, but I don't need it. Maybe I'd bring down some of my personal stash and swap it out. I don't know. Dunkin' Funko coffee. Defunko. That's weird. Gigi, you're hilarious. I brought this. This is tortoiseshell glass on a panel, probably 1960s. I'm going to go with that. I started it at 20. It is camera shy. This is glass. It is camera shy. It's a very dark brown, and it is, see there, the grain. It's meant to mimic probably tiger's eye, but it's so dark brown. And it is glass. It's so dark brown that it doesn't show. See the sides here? That helps because it doesn't show well. Like, look, there's a piece. And each one is different because it's hand blown glass. Each one is different. It has your traditional fold over closure. It's on silver tone. It is connected like they would 60s, 50s. I'm saying 60s. I don't know. It's probably a 6.75. And it started at 20. Almost done, and then I'm going to do a giveaway. This is my recap, and your chance to say something if you want to say it. But this is one way for me. Some of these pieces I brought a few times, and they're going to go to other platforms. They won't come back. Gigi said 20. Gigi said 20. Gigi said, I want it before it goes away. It will kind of match the old, yeah, exactly, the panel bracelet. It will kind of match the necklace you just got, Gigi. I mean, I would wear it together because I'm eclectic like that. Yep, bracelet. Yes, the one I just showed. This one. Where'd it go? This one. And it really, I know it's not, when you get it in person and it's not all this, my camera fussing and the whatever, you will see all these colors in here. And it is a smaller size. It's just, it's one of those pieces. Like if I had to take photos of this to list on eBay, it would be really hard. I'd have to like mega lights and flash. Yes. Thank you, Gigi. So fun. Gigi, you're getting a whole wardrobe today. And I know exactly how you feel and exactly what's going on and why you're, I buy anyway, but when I'm going through something, I buy a lot. Yep. Money, and I don't have money. I do not. I am not rich. I do not have money. But that does not stop me. It doesn't. And, thank God I really, so Gigi, there's going to be bags that say my name with prices, but they don't match up to the item. Never. I make sure that doesn't happen because that would be really weird for me to put this in here and it says $10 and then I'm selling it to you for $20. That would be weird. But I have so many bags and the Sharpie doesn't come off and I just reuse them. But it's not what I paid for the item. I deliberately put that bag over here, okay? You will survive, Gigi. You will 100% survive. You are a survivor. Yes, you are. See, the bag it was in is over here, going over here for someone else to be confused. Okay. Let's finish this and then I'll do a giveaway. Anyone have an idea of, I'll have to think of what I want for the giveaway. Then I showed this incredible, beautiful MCM roses and other flowers and leaves, copper bergamot. They were only in business from the 60s to the 70s. It's 3 1/4 inches long and 1 1/4 inches wide. Belt buckle. It still 100% works. Here's the buckle. Here's where you put your snap-on belt. or you get a leather belt and have it sewn and it's on permanently. It has Napoleon. It says Napoleon Victorious. This is the bergamot symbol over there. It's very interesting. It reminds me of an old TV station or atomic age thing. It's very interesting. And then I think that's a mold number, G49. Or very often these were made in limited runs. And so it might be the 49th that was made. Not sure, but it is a incredible belt buckle. And it started at, I think, I don't know. We'd have to look it up if anyone was interested. Maybe 40. Yep. We all survive. You know what? My father said getting old wasn't for sissies. And he's right. It's not. It's just not. And that doesn't mean we can't cry. That doesn't mean we're not in pain. That doesn't mean any of that. But I watched him in his last year and a half, and I asked him to be a role model for me. And he was. It's very, very hard to be ill with any kind of dignity. But we can do it. We can have just a little bit of dignity, and it helps us to, if we're not freaking out and all that and just accepting what's going on. Let me get, where's that 20 out of there? It helps us and it helps the people around us, right? That's seriously, it's very hard to be a caregiver. It's very hard to be the person who's sick. So my dad, this is garnet chips, and it's just like Merlot colored, 3-strand. It's about 20 inches long, 18 to 20 inches. The clasp is sterling silver, and I'm just going to say that this starts at $39. I don't even remember what I said before. When it was on Tuesday, I'm probably offering it for a lot less right now, doing a cost average, and that's okay. And then I had the MCM Sunflower Copper Clip-On Earrings. These are really cool. These are really cool. If someone really wanted to see them, I would take them out of the bag. These sterling silver that I polished up pierced earrings. I'm sure these were an early, like Tosco, however you want to say it. And what I believe after I polished them, because they were so black, I think this silver was put on later and that they were originally clip-ons, and all the info is in there. They're hollow, and I believe they were a starting bid of $16, and they're 2/3 of an inch. They're really nice sterling silver earrings. You had 2 children, Gigi, no comparison to completely breaking a hip bone and having... No, not even. Oh, Gigi, 16? Oh no. And Heidi, you've been crying since February? I'm so sorry. My back, as long as I have a helper and I don't do any lifting and I don't drive and I and I move just a little, it's holding its own. But that started when I had a caretaker, and it's summer. And so I need to go back to the clinic because I think once winter hits, because spinal stenosis is an arthritis, that it's all just going to go to hell again. And then I'll be crying all the time too. Gigi, 16, they are yours. They are beautiful. I have no idea why these, I'm so glad you came on. And Gigi, if I knew where to send you a card, I would. I could send you a like a sticker card on your phone. Yeah, I know, Heidi. Right? I'm very fortunate. I mean, this is like we didn't live together for a long time. And then, as with my father and me being down there, reconnections were made. And then now here we are. And I got to tell you, if I didn't have him, I would be finding an IHHS worker, and all my tiny bit of profit I make from this business would go to having them cook meals that would last me 3 days. Clean the house. I'd have to have someone come every 2 or 3 days and bring wood for the wood stove in. I'd have to have someone, do my bulk shopping every 2 weeks. I mean, it goes on and on. I'm not kidding. There are nights after my sale, I go upstairs to bed and I forget an item and I have to call out to him and say, I'm so sorry. Would you bring me this? Would you bring me that? Because I can't get out of bed. Heidi, I don't know why you're in pain for so long, honey. Why do they keep moving your stuff around? Gigi, thank you again. Yes. Right, Gigi. You're going to get better, Gigi. You had a question, Noelle? Uh-oh. Noelle. Yes, Gigi, you're going to get better. Heidi. Yep. No, Heidi, I've been taking pain medication for, 30 years. And I can't believe that I have help. And I don't know why you don't have help. And you shouldn't feel desperate and you shouldn't feel worthless. And your doctors should be listening to you. And if I was over there, I would be advocating and screaming at your doctors to do more, because come on. That makes me mad. Okay, Noelle, what did you ask me, honey? Can you type it again? Where is it? Noelle, I have what? Noelle, I went way up and I don't see anything. No, Heidi, you're not going to get sicker and sicker, I promise. Heidi, get a laser? Pamela, hi, Pamela. 21, honey. Yeah, my daughter's had spinal stenosis diagnosis since 18. And now she's going through all this other stuff. I am so glad that my parents left her some money, because my daughter, I've watched her in so much pain and be so strong for so long. And every time I turn around, she has another diagnosis, and it just is breaking my heart. Hi, Pamela. Heidi, I'm so sorry. Pamela, if you explained what a laser is, I don't know, like a laser surgery or like laser acupuncture or something, maybe? Heidi, no, it's not. Noelle, what was your question, honey? Heidi. I'm going to send you an email later. Not tonight, but later. Noelle, what was your question, honey? I can't find it. Oh, Heidi. I will light a white candle for you as well. But I'm going to send you an email. I think there's some things you need to do. Noelle, are you still here? Do you want to tell me what you asked? Noel. Noel. Okay, last review item of what didn't sell and hasn't. Heidi. Oh my God. Oh, Heidi, I'm so sorry. If Noel, if you're here, you can ask me. If not, I'm just going to be doing a giveaway and closing. Heidi. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Yes, okay. Good. Because that's too much to deal with on your own. And I think you need a live-in person. I think you need to do free rent in exchange for they live in your studio or whatever. I don't care. A friend that's younger, whatever. That is just what I'm going to say. You need socialization. You need someone to help you with all of this. You cannot do this on your own. If Belgium has the IHHS or whatever, get that. If not, do a trade, Heidi. I mean it. Okay. So the other option, Noelle disappeared. She doesn't care about. She doesn't want it. Maybe she's just gone. She's probably in mini auctions. I was told this is red carnelian. I trust the person who sold it to me. I would think red jade. It's probably from the 60s. It is these incredible circles. They did say carnelian, and there is carnelian that looks like this. It is Chinese. This is a beautiful gold tone necklace, and the sound is incredible. You're never going to take anyone in your house again? Heidi, just look for the right person. I know if there's laws like here in the United States, it's really hard to get rid of them. But I don't. Okay, Heidi. You can do what you want, and I understand why you would feel that way. I do. I understand why you feel that way. But some kind of trade, maybe you can do art, and they can something, Heidi. And then there's the good fortune and the matching earrings. Noelle disappeared. Noelle had a question. I tried to say, what is it? And she disappeared. Okay, that's my recap from the week. And most people are gone because that's how it works. And if Noelle is here, she got mad and left. I have no idea what she asked because, this is a sale, but this is also a place where, I believe in a circle of friends. I believe that people are attracted to each other for a reason. And there is a time and a place where, we talk about other subjects and it's not just a sale. And that will always be what's happening. You want those but can't afford them. Yes. Laser is wonderful. Laser therapy. Interesting. Okay. I think they did laser therapy on me in acupuncture a while back. It was a machine and it's kind of was a little heavy and it was just laid on me. And it helped with that, but it was too heavy to just be on me in the position I was in. But yes, I know what you're talking about, Pamela. And that's something Heidi in acupuncture does that. And Heidi, I mean it. So Noelle's not going to answer me. So Heidi, if you don't want someone living in your house, and I get it because boundaries like that's your safe space. Like you don't want to, you want to get up or laze around or not get up or whatever. I totally get it. It's your space. And maybe you had a problem before. I get it. Maybe just do a trade, where you're making art that they can sell at a flea market or something. I don't know. Okay. But you need someone that you feel comfortable with who can assist you in making meal preparations in whatever. Okay. And we get to a certain age and we're like, this is my house. This is my space. No way. But then there's also that place where we can't do it and we're just making our problems more and more. I know this because I watched my father. I know this because I've watched myself be like, I can take care of this. I want my space. I will not let my husband back in this house living with me because I want my space. And all I'm doing is punching myself in my face by not asking for the help I need. And that's me. That's me. And I have no right to tell you what to do. I worry. Yeah, look into laser. It's part of acupuncture. Yours is very light. Yeah, well, this was an acupuncture thing, and it was not light. It was like a box type thing, something. I don't know. Heidi, I'm sorry, honey. There has to be something in Belgium. Okay. Noelle disappeared. I don't know. Does anyone know? Heidi, do you know what Noelle asked me? Jeez, no. That doesn't make sense, and you live in Belgium. I just have these presumptions that there would be more for you there. Nicholas from your childhood. Noelle left. She obviously was upset or something, or she just went to a different thing. I've gone up and up and up, and I don't see anywhere where Noelle asked me a question. So that's funny that Noelle says that, because Noelle is usually really good about following up, and she usually would tell me what she wants and what she's saying. But I guess she just did not like this conversation and disappeared. And I just want to make sure, because Noelle and I have been, the whole time I've been Heidi, the whole time I've been selling, Noelle has been around. So I'm looking for it. So at least maybe I can email a response. Heidi, I'm worried about you. Lucinda, read my question above. But then I don't see, Noelle, I don't see a question. So I'm just letting you know, Noelle, I don't see your question. So if you put in a question, it didn't come through. It didn't come through. And you're not here to tell me what the question is. And that's too bad, because I'd love to answer it, So I don't know. I scrolled up twice looking for a question, and I don't see a question. So let me find something to do a giveaway, and we will close. Okay? How's that, y'all? Ugh, I need to show that guy again. I want to find something that, is decent and interesting and all of that. Okay. So I'm going to do a giveaway. I've been on a long time. Yeah. Right, Heidi? So it kind of feels like BS. People worry, but they don't help you. Well, I don't live in Belgium, so I can't help you in that way. But there's got to be something. I don't get it. Okay, so I'm going to do a giveaway for this beautiful flower woven beaded bracelet. 2 toggle settings. It does fit me. It's got a red acrylic bead in the middle. and it just fits me. So it could be 7.25 down to a 6.75. Nice. Okay. And so I'm going to write this down. I should have kept that piece of paper. And I'm going to make it simple. And you need to have purchased from me or be willing to pay the shipping. And I will be billing out this weekend. I do weekly billing now. Excellent, Heidi. Heidi, thank you for getting that out of your system, though. I mean, I'm not upset that you did that at all. And if anyone else is, well, I'm sorry. But sometimes people are just having a really crappy time. And, if they want to talk here, that's okay. So we're going to do a bird, an American bird, a very common bird. Go. You have to have purchased or be willing to pay the shipping in the last week. Because, yeah. And shipping on this little bracelet won't be very much. So if you want to play, there's only 4 people now. You can guess. If nobody wants to play, I can close, and that's fine too. Sure. Yeah, in terms of, no. Think of, that's close, though, in its own way. Think of California. That's close. It's a common bird like that. It's got some red. Gigi. Nobody else? I need to get off. It's almost 6 o'clock. Nobody else is going to guess? Okay. So then I'm just going to call it. If nobody else, Gigi guessed once. Nobody else is playing. I don't have any watchers. It's a robin. And I'm just going to give it to Gigi. Gigi bought a lot today. And nobody else is playing. And I know Heidi's in Belgium. So there you go. There you go. Because that's it. Boom. It's yours, Gigi. Thank you, Gigi. Okay, Heidi, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. And I will be on. Next week, Tuesday and Friday, 2-ish, which is 5-ish Eastern time. Have a good night, Gigi. Take care of yourself, Heidi. Whatever it is you do to center and to find that calm. There you go. There you go. Having a friend over, maybe. Okay, friend. Hello, friend. If you were there, Heidi's friend. Maybe you could make a pot of soup or whatever it is that Heidi eats, a big thing of salad, a thing of fruit salad, some sandwiches, cut up the cheese, slice the bread, and put it aside so that she can easily get something to eat. Maybe look and see, does she need the bathroom restocked with the toilet paper where she keeps it? Like whatever little thing that may be, remake the bed, little tiny things like this, make all the difference in the world, because for us who have constant pain, just making a bed can be so painful. So, making a meal, standing there and trying to do it, so painful. So love and support is beautiful. But if you can just do that one extra little thing, it would mean the world to Heidi. Yeah? And not take too long. So I am going to, Heidi, I'm going to go on that note. We are healthy, but that doesn't mean that our DNA is healthy. So, I mean, it just is a thing. It just is a thing. I am very healthy, but I've had trauma and I have some, bad genetics. We carry the genetic traumas. So that too. Okay. Love you all. Yeah. Making the bed. Okay. Love you all. See you next week. Good night.